guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Ronald. If you're new here, first things first, as usual, like, share, subscribe so you never miss a bite. What do I say bite? And today I'm talking about hair simply because I typically do cooking videos, DIYs, but also again, as you can see, DIY today because I'm cutting my own hair. You might have seen a video that I did way back when COVID first began. I started doing my own hair. I just like other people, of course, I haven't been really that comfortable to go sit somewhere and so they can cut my hair. And this also has actually opened my eyes up because I used to go with my wife. Back then we never had babies then. She could go with me and she waits for me for like hours. I know. Okay, so having said that, yes, with all COVID and all, I started to do my own hair and I've been getting better actually as I go, because as you guys can see, being able to do my lines slowly. And it's been working for me. I don't know about you guys. I actually try to look up tools that you can use to put like here so you can have a proper line, and I haven't been able to do that. But give and take, you know, as you guys can see, I think done a pretty good job. And this is an old look, and because I want to show you how I actually cut my hair step by step. I mean, what do you need to cut your hair? I mean, what tools do you need? And as you can clearly see in the picture, I have myself a brush, I do have a little towel, I have the cap you put over yourself, I do have the oil that you're supposed to put in your machine also to keep it going so it doesn't get stuck or anything like that. Without further ado, I would like to show you how I actually do my hair. If you want to also, you know, do it yourself, why not? It's DIY, right? Okay, so as you guys can see, you're supposed to have, you know, a few things with you to help you cut your hair. But for me, when I'm cutting my hair, as you guys can clearly see, I use a 1 inch. So usually I tend to take this off right here and I turn it on so it can start running. Once it's running, I spray on this right here, so that way that oil is going to keep, the oil goes inside as well to make sure everything is going to run properly. So just like that. And of course, before I start cutting, I just wipe it off a little bit to make sure, but it just keeps the machine going, honestly, that way it doesn't seize. And then just take off the excess. As you can see, you see hair coming off. Whatever was inside will come out just like that, and then I clip this right back on. We're all good to go. But before that, I need to actually put on my cap. As you guys can clearly see, it works, right? And you can make a nice smooth cut just like that, right? You can definitely tell the difference between where there's hair and where there's no hair, just like that. So just like that, just be consistent though. And then someone may ask, how do you do the back? Because no, you can't even see the back. I do actually, so I want to show you that too. Yeah, as we go. So I just keep with my hand, just hold it accordingly and just keep doing that, just like that. Again, I'm consistent. I go back and forth in the same spot. And of course, you need a brush just like that, so make sure you clean the hair out, right? As you can tell between that side, right, and also this side, right? Again, you can tell at the top there because I haven't touched it, but once I start touching it, like right here, if I start doing that, again, you can tell the difference. See, cutting here compared to right here. I like to keep my hair pretty low, of course. I don't know how you like yours, but mine is always kept pretty low. And if you ask me, it doesn't take that long once actually you get into a routine. As I said, for me it's been now since COVID, so it's years in making. Now pretty, kind of know what I'm doing. I know where I have to go, and also usually I ask Vanessa, again that's my wife, those don't know who know Vanessa, usually I'll ask her to double check, check for me at the back or the front, at the back of it more especially, where I haven't been able to see myself, and say, can you check for me, does it look right, is everything okay back there or in the front or whatever. Again, like I say, just keep taking the hair off, of course. I'm sure you see that when they do that a lot when they are cutting your hair. They will, and usually halfway they could also use a spray. So this is the first round, by the way. So once I'm done with this kind of first round going around, so that means I'm going to do it again. So now it's time for me to strip off the hair which is remaining on there, like that. I don't know if you have ever noticed, by the way, they do comb your hair like this side, so that way all your hair can stand up, right? Kind of stay upright. Then you can actually catch it as you go cut your hair. So I'm pretty comfortable right now in terms of doing my own hair at home. So I don't know if I ever need to go back unless it's like a special occasion. So like my wife's brother's wedding is coming up, so I definitely will be going at least to get a nice trim. I could even cut my own hair and go get the nice lines, because I know they could do better job than I do. Now that I'm done with the first round, as you guys can see, it looks pretty good actually, right? But what I want to do is now go around again where I've missed. You can tell if there's hair right about there. If there is hair, then you know, oh, there's still hair coming off. So keep doing it until when you don't see any hair catching up right there. So I've only done like halfway my hair, but you can see there's hair collecting right there, which means there's definitely still hair. Now I'm going to do the other half, so that'll be this side. So the other thing also I like to do once I'm done going basically upwards like that, I like also to go back the opposite side. Then I'll start doing this, going down like that, all the way. So now I can hardly see hair on here. That means things are looking good. I'll go back again a little bit, see what's going on. But if there's any hair remaining, you can actually tell. For me, I'll show with my beard, I will do that trim eventually, and I'll show you how. But right now, usually for me, I go with the same level, so it's up to what level you use. So I'll just again do that. And I do this every 2 weeks for me. Sunday or every single week I do my lines again. I just go around. So that level is good for me. Now I just have to shave and clean everything up. Have a mirror behind you and one in front of you. And also you don't want hair remaining like whipping like that or there. So usually I'll do here, back and forth, right there, right there, right there, just like that. So there's no hair tingling, just popping out like that. The other important part for you to note, so you take this off, clip off, clean off whatever excess hair is on there. Now I use this on its own. You guys can look clearly, so when you push, when you do that, that goes forward or that goes back, just like that. So what I do is leave it back like that, so it's more sharp, and then at this point I take this off, and I take this off as well. Of course, going to take the hair off me with it, but I have to be careful how far you go, because it's gonna take out my hair and you don't want to look like your skin all the way. So when I hear it starting to touch the hair, I stop there. I felt it. Oh, again, just like that. Once I hear it starting to touch your hair, because I cannot do lines back there. I'm not as hairy as some people, but if you are hairy, do that for yourself. As you can see, that's a lot of hair, right? So I've trimmed around, going around like that. So the next step that I do, because now that was where it takes off a lot of hair, now I'm gonna do is take this lever here, move it back, so it's gonna go forward. When it does, that means it's not gonna take out a lot of hair, making it smoother. When I hear it touching hair a little bit, I stop. Yeah, because you're cutting this by yourself, you don't want look like someone was starting hair and then just looks bad, right? This smoothens things out. There's a difference between the what you see there and this. Smoother, right? And also it's blending in, and I'm gonna push this back here so these go back in, the teeth go back in, and it becomes a bit more. Again, it has to be that sharp to make your lines around, but I don't use this much when I'm doing for my lines, so I do this when I'm actually shaving. But I'll show you. Usually, like say if you wanted, you just have to look so closely, so you put it down like that. Usually for them what they do is this, but sometimes you can miss where your hair stops. So for me, I go sideways, so I'll go like that to where my hair stops. Just keep going and trying to make a straight line. Same thing as well. Again, bend it this side and just keep going. And I'm gonna show you again how I do those lines there. I don't use this. Go ahead. All right, so now, like I told you guys, so Vanessa is here now to double check my hair to make sure all the areas are clear, and if some areas are not, then I get to do those as well. So yeah, Vanessa just checked it out for me, and that you guys can see right here, this is just a little bit of hair where she pointed, and yeah, that happened. That's why you need, I mean, even if you didn't, it wouldn't look as bad, because she said it was just a little, she said it was a little bit remaining, but not so bad. So if you consistently go back, you can do it without even asking anybody. But I think it definitely looks pretty good. I also have this little pack here that I bought. This one is a bit sharp right here, so I use this right here when I'm doing my actual proper lines around, because I can control this more than the other one. The other one is too big, so typically I would just go like that again. So like that. Same thing with this one here again. I'm gonna do some sharp lines. This one is sharper. You guys can clearly see it's making definitely a proper line for me. You guys see that? And if it's not straight, I will do that, right? So that way it looks a bit more smoother, like that. You guys see that? It will go like as straight as that, and then you can either come from the top or from down. For me, I just go from the down here. I don't want to go straight, right? So I would do like that. See that? And it gives you that, it won't be like a sharp one as you would get from the barber. For sure, there is a reason for you to go to the barber for sure. But again, this works for me, because if you look so close, it doesn't look as correct. But if you look from the farthest, look at that. There's definitely a difference between what you see there. And also there's a difference right now between this side as well, because that side is not sharp yet, right? Because you can see this is definitely sharp edge and that's not. So it does work, you just have to do it right? Again, I will do the same thing here, and basically pretty much that's it. But I'm going to do now the shaving here so that I can trim this properly. What I do that down. Like, you don't have to trim down here if you don't have to. For me, I don't like my beard to like kind of dip into soup kind of thing when I'm like, you know, you're having soup and it's like all over you kind of thing. No, I don't like that. And also I'll do this. So next now, all the other stuff that I do them when I'm shaving. So I'm gonna put my cream on, shave, and go around here with your shaver and make sure it's all clean. But before that, usually also this one also have their own clips on it. This one is a medium as well, so I'll just clip this on and kind of make this a bit more smoother. And I use the same one here, by the way, because you don't want to let these keep growing like crazy. I just go over them again, just like that. Just don't make a mistake of taking this off and then you do that, because you end up with a, I don't know what, a new face. So I make sure I put that on, and I do that. So that way they're not overgrowing. All right, so it's time to shave now, because I've done everything that I have to do out here. Now, the other part I also do is I'll turn this on. Again, I'll lower this a bit. That way I don't make it so sharp. I make it like that. So then I'll go around my ear, because just let the hair work here, hide around your ear. So I'll do that just around the ear. I'll do one more round, but I know everything's done now. I'll just go around like that, just in case there's any excess. Change it up a bit like this. Now let's check. The moment of truth is to tell you if there's any hair remaining. Is you checking the front of your machine, see if it has picked up a lot of hair or not. And let's see. Yeah, according to that, I mean, you can see there's more like a dandruff there and a little bit of tiny hair. So it's not bad. You're doing great. Now, as usual, it's very important. Make sure you take care of your machine. So I will, of course, just sweep everything off like that. Take that off. Make sure it's also swept off as well. Then I will spray this again, the same way I did last time. Just spray it, make sure, so just like that, everything will drip out like that. But you know, it's basically taking the hair out for you. I tend to leave this one, you don't have to, but because the same one I use all the time, I'll leave that on. But when I'm cutting my son's hair, I do it the other way. So if you want to see actually how to cut your wife's hair or cut your kids' hair, I've done my in-laws as well. I have all those videos actually on my YouTube channel. So as I said, guys, I now use that. Also to work on these lines a bit more, like that. And I do that. I'll go back up like that. So that gives me a proper straight line. Of course, you need to have a steady hand too. Usually I tend to do this again. Give me a cleaner line. Just like that. It's not that hard to actually cut your hair. You can do it. It just takes a little time. You have to be patient with it. To do your trims and so on and so forth. Your beard, if you whoever maybe cut their hair, whatever. Well, what do you guys think? I know, right? Looks amazing if you ask me. I always do it that way and I keep it up that way. again, hairlines and everything is looking good, and I do that all for myself. Does it take me that long? Not really. Now maybe because I was doing this video and maybe longer, so I can show you guys the different areas, of course, or maybe the different parts of my head and so on and so forth. But other than that, typically I just sit down, I'm like back and forth, and I'm like done quickly, like under 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes, like about maybe 10-15 minutes or so, give and take, you know, if maybe the kids are not like screaming their heads off or something like that. But I'm usually kind of done. Like, it's that simple, guys. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, make sure you like, share, subscribe, so I can also gain more ground on this YouTube channel. And I'm still climbing, so on and so forth. It takes a while here, but hey, I'm almost there. I've also visited other homes, of course. I've done home visits. If you want to check out the home visits, there's a playlist for that too, and I'm going to continue on that actually this spring and summer. I'm going to go to home so I can get that going. So I do have a few people on my list actually, if you want to jot yourself down as well. So we'll see what I can do. Also, my wife has a YouTube channel. It's called Respect is Growing. Check her out. I hope to see you there as well. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna take my good looks out right there and see what my wife thinks about it. Anywho, thanks, guys. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.